So recently we got another Bleach update in Anime Crusaders, featuring the brand new secret unit, Aizen. And some people think this guy's the best unit in the game. Personally, I think he's kinda mid, and I'm starting to wonder, should you even evolve Aizen? Okay, so I want to talk about Aizen from a meta standpoint, like how good he is in the game. I don't really want to complain about the update grind in this video too much, because, I don't want to get banned. But for the top 3 units in the entire game right now, I think most people would agree that it is between these 3 right here, Dio, Kaido, and Aizen. And first up, looking at the raw damage numbers of these 3, we have Dio here with probably the highest DPS out of all of them, but he is a circle AoE. Then we have Aizen with the second highest DPS out of all of them, and he is full AoE. And then Luffy versus Kaido has the lowest DPS out of all of them, even in his tune mode. Now, the most important thing to talk about between these 3 is their supporting value. So Dio, of course, has his abilities. We have like a slow, a stun, and a really good time stop. Aizen has a 3-second stun for anything entering or leaving his range. And then he also has an ability with a 50% slow. But the best support between the 3 is probably Kaido versus Luffy, with a 50% damage buff to every unit. It does have a pretty big downside though, of making enemies immune to control effects. If we activate Toon World though for the 50% damage buff, we can see everyone's damage will go up quite significantly. So Dio now doing 1.38 mil, Aizen now doing 2.84 mil. Really huge damage spike for both of them. And one thing I like about Kaido versus Luffy is that you can always just turn off Toon World. And then with Aizen and Dio, most of their support is from like an ability anyway. Pretty much you can just toggle between having a 50% damage buff or using the really strong slowdown abilities from Dio and Aizen. But either way, between the 3, in my opinion, Dio is the best one. He has the most amount of damage, he's the cheapest, and he has a really good amount of supporting value. Kaido versus Luffy, the weakest in damage, but then probably the best in support. And Aizen has a pretty good mix of both damage and support, but I think he is, in my opinion, the worst of the 3 units. Especially if we go back to the lobby and talk about something that can kind of make Kaido versus Luffy do more damage anyway. Now, I'm sure you guys already know about the Relic system. Here we have 1 Relic for true damage, which could go on Aizen. This is the same damage type as Aizen, but it is better on Dio, and only 1 unit can use it. And then we have the Inverted Spear of Heaven for Kaido because they start off as a physical damage unit in the lobby. So I'm going to throw this Relic onto Kaido and show you the damage numbers again. What we're going to do is place down both Kaido and Aizen, and max them both out immediately. Now the DPS of Kaido obviously still lower, in Toon World it would be even higher from his like missing and building up damage thing. But if we look at the total damage number, we can kind of keep track that Kaido actually keeps up with Aizen now pretty well. At least until Aizen fully ramps up until his like 25% damage or whatever. But as far as we can tell, the damage output of the 2 are pretty even now. So out of the big 3 meta units right now, in my opinion, Aizen is the worst one. That's not to say that he's bad, he is a pretty strong unit, don't get me wrong, very strong for damage. But relative to the grind, he is kind of mid. Because you do have to grind like 15 hours for hard pity on this guy, which is insane. But my advice personally is just don't evolve this guy. Wait until the next update or something. Feel free to let me know what you guys think about this unit, maybe I'm completely wrong, I don't know. If you do end up grinding for him, good luck. And if you want to see how my grind for him went, this will be the rest of the video. I do have it recorded and everything. Just a warning, I've been feeling kind of sick these past few weeks, and this video, like, I started recording it when I first woke up, feeling very congested, so... Alright, what is up guys? I just woke up to an Anime Crusaders update. I literally just woke up, so it's gonna take me a minute to not be, like, groggy sounding, sorry. I'm just gonna try and find out how we get Aizen. Okay, he's from Banner, yeah. So he's gonna be probably, like, Anime Adventures, how you have to fuse stuff into him. I got Soy Fun, she's not even here. Okay, well we got a new unit. I'm hoping we can pull Aizen somehow, because that's the one unit I want. Oh, okay, I got another Mythic. I'm gonna keep going there, just in case he's, like, hiding right here. Right here. Yep, I knew it. Yeah, we got Aizen right there. Okay. Well, let me check out how to evolve him. He should be a pretty fun Evo. If they do it like Anime Adventures, which they're probably going to, because this game's kind of like a clone of Anime Adventures, it's gonna be pretty fun, I think. Okay, we need 1 Core of Desire, 50 Condensed Soul. I need more Token of Resonance. I got some from the codes earlier. The tokens are probably from like a boss rush, if I had to take a guess, because I think they added a new boss rush this update. And then these are from the Fate Karakura Legend stage. So Legend stage and boss rush grind. Probably going to start off with the boss rush, make sure we can clear that. He's going to be the token, yeah, okay, so 65 to 100 per run. If you disable traits, you get 130 to 200. I'm going to try it with traits disabled, though I want to clear these as fast as I can. How hard is this going to be? We have no traits on anyone. So, no Crusaders getting carried or whatever. 16k on first wave, it doesn't seem that bad actually, we should be fine. I'll farm up for like 2 waves or something. Wave 4 for 5. I'm placing Dio right here. And he can't one-tap stuff, but he's pretty close to one-tapping. We'll get Hestia buff on him. Boom. Okay, we've got a 12 million boss on wave 20. I think I'm just gonna reset and do trait mode, because like traitless mode is not looking good for me. Alright, this is much easier with traits on. I should have Crusader on my stuff, so it's like kind of, you know, 300% more damage or whatever. We clear it. And I kind of want to figure out if I can do it with no traits, like, keep trying that, but I don't know, 10 minutes per run, and we get like 100 tokens. Not horrible, but it's gonna take a while, just doing this over and over. I want on traitless mode. 195 tokens, beautiful. We're one run away now, guaranteed. If we run it on traitless again. You know what? I could be grinding for no reason right now. Let me find out. Let me roll on our Aizen. If I don't get Crusader on this guy, I don't even want to evolve him, probably. I've got like 800 rerolls to go for Crusader, like 314 from here, and then 509 from here. Over 800 rerolls to go for Crusader. Please give me Crusader, because I gotta find out, like, if I don't get Crusader on this guy, then I'm grinding for no reason. Because if I evolve him without Crusader, who cares? That's not cool. We got Eclipse, okay. Not a very good trait, but could be a good sign, because during my Luffy vs. Kaido video, I got like 5 Eclipses back to back or whatever, and that led to a Crusader. We got Abyssal, okay, not a good trait. Or sorry, Aurora. I always get that mixed up with Abyssal for some reason. Biohazard, okay, we're not keeping Biohazard. If I'm evolving Aizen, I'm going for Crusader, so I'm gonna keep rolling, even though it's very unfortunate that we pull 0.15. I hate how I'm clicking on this guy every time. It's like pulling up my inventory. Eclipse number 2. Don't care for it. We need Crusader. Come on. We're getting pretty lucky with mythic traits, but not the one that I want, because I just want Crusader. Dude, I was taking a sip of water. Oh shoot, Crusader at Aizen. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're not grinding for no reason. I'm gonna get this guy evolved. Okay, we're gonna go do the Legend stage grind. Okay, this is much easier than the boss rush. I can like AFK farm this, but the only problem is I have to pull a 3% with a 30 pity, so I'm doing 30 of these runs, which is gonna be really rough. I have no idea if this is pity. I've been farming for a while, but we got the 3% drop, the Core of Desire, and then I'm also 48 out of 50 on the Condensed Soul, so we're one run away. I've also been farming kills on Aizen, so we're actually making pretty good progress already. I'll do one more Legend stage real quick and we'll be done with the first Evo, I think. Should be done with the first Evo. I'm gonna re-roll the potential on him before we Evo him though. Please give me something. Okay, that's awful. You know what? Okay, that's not even that horrible. I'm out of cubes, I have no other option. We're gonna evolve him with these stats right here for the first Evo. Unfortunate, but whatever. He has 2 Evos, right? We're gonna Evo him the first time. Number 1 Aizen Evolution into Aizen Fusion. Ooh. There we go. Okay, not the worst stats ever actually. We have S- on the damage looks like, S on the SPA, and A+ on the range. Okay, it doesn't really look that good yet, but kind of to be expected. I mean, we're going to Evo him again, eventually. Okay, we need 1,000 boss rush tokens, and we need the 4% item, or 2% item from the boss rush. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna grind the boss rush first and get this done. I don't even want to show you guys more AFK farming, like, because I always just time-lapse it or whatever. I just want to get this done, man. I'm gonna come back when we pull this red item right here, and then we are just calling it a grind and we're done. Okay, you guys are gonna see me time skip to when we're done. Alright, we're back. It has been one entire day, because I just let it AFK farm. I was not going to manually grind 50 pity for the Wings of Perfection. Grinding the same 2 stages for like 12 hours, man. I think like hard pity has got to be like 15 or 16 hours. It was horrible. We can finally evolve Aizen. Was it worth it? Probably not, because, you know, no unit in a Roblox game is going to be worth the 16 hours you have to put in. But here we go. Aizen perfect with not the best stats ever, but I mean, maybe one day I'll transfer really good ones on him. We'll go check him out. I'll get him to max level and then we can go showcase or whatever. Check him out in Infinite. Was it worth the grind? Was he worth the grind? The grind of like 15 hours or more if you have to hit pity. Aizen perfect. Crusader, level 90. And we do have idle buff as well. Everyone runs idle on their team, so I don't know, should be pretty normal damage numbers from it. Is this guy good? Let's check. So first up, Pretty cheap, 1.5k, doing 30k damage at 4.9. Not terrible. He also has a pretty nice AoE of like a majority circle here. Now if we check out the passives and abilities, we have the Singularity ability on placement. This is where the world collapses. That is going to be a 50% slow to all enemies in range for 30 seconds, actually pretty good. All flying enemies in range immediately become ground. Okay, so he's going to be like, remove the need for a hill unit. That's actually really nice, okay. Now for the actual passives, Kyoka Suigetsu. Anything that enters or exits his range is stunned for 3 seconds, and when they leave, they take pretty much an attack from him. This is a really good control passive. Perfected form, he's going to gain 25% damage and every 20 seconds gain 5% damage with a max of 50%. Looks like we have that maxed out right now. So it actually takes like 4 minutes to get this damage if we were to replace him without that ramping up damage buff. He's doing 22.9k every 4.9, which isn't as good, but I mean, still pretty alright. His attacks break enemy shields, not really always helpful, but something. And then enemies who are affected by slow take 40% extra damage from Aizen. Now, if he's really good, like really strong damage-wise, he could be pretty nice with his damage increasing there. Upgrade 3, he became a cone AoE looked like, or upgrade 2. Upgrade 4, he becomes a circle AoE, which is kind of a downgrade. His cones are actually pretty good. Upgrade 6, he becomes a larger circle AoE, and the damage is already looking really good. Kurohitsugi, upgrade 8, he becomes a larger circle AoE, and then max upgrade, upgrade 10, he became a full AoE, and doing 1.46 mil every 11. 35.9 range, ramping up now because of his, like, the 50% damage passive. I'll wait for that to ramp up fully and check his damage number again. I'm pretty sure his damage is maxed out now, doing 1.91 every 11. Really good for this game, he doesn't even have a curse on him, so like, I mean the raw damage is there, he's looking pretty strong. He is pretty expensive to max out. If I compare him to like Kaido v Luffy for example, they max out for a little bit cheaper than him. He's around the same price, but I could be wrong, but I don't think this guy's actually that good. First impressions, I kind of regret getting him. Well, I think that's going to be all for this Anime Crusaders video. Just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on Aizen and how it was getting him. I know I don't normally make videos on this game, but I'm kind of starting to, because my main game ALS is dead, and I've got nothing else to do really. Either way, thank you to my channel members for making the video possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. And have a great day.